Lisa, I am Frank.
I'm Lisa.
We are so glad to have you today. We're based in Colorado Springs. We specialize in keynote speaking, emceeing, and facilitating sessions on diversity and leadership development for a global audience. We're passionate about helping professionals maximize their potential and fostering resilient, adaptive organizational cultures in small to mid-sized businesses worldwide. Aren't we?
Yes, we are. So welcome to the Be Encouraged Show, where we provide a platform for entrepreneurs and community-focused individuals to expand their reach and create a positive impact in the Colorado Springs community. And we're joining you live from Colorado Springs here at Co-Harbor with some great guests. If you want to join us internationally, please go to our website and select International via Instagram to join us live from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere on earth. Today's episode is brought to you, as always, by Cressio and Co-Harbor. Co-Harbor is the go-to co-working space for leaders and connectors in Colorado Springs, with a beautiful and collaborative environment and a mission to support solopreneurs and small business teams. Co-Harbor is the perfect place to grow yourself and your business. Come check them out in their inspiring place today on Rock Rimmon and Tech Center Drive, or visit them online at coharbor.com.
Awesome. And of course, our amazing Joshua Aguirre, who owns Cressio, by the way, just got an award at La Vida. What was that award?
I'm talking about Rising Professional of the Year.
Yes, Rising Professional of the Year. He's amazing. I just had to spotlight that.
Yeah, we'll take some credit in that, Lisa.
Yeah.
Well, we helped you rise.
Yeah, we did. We are the wind beneath his wings, part of the wind beneath his wings. There's a lot of people in community who supports and loves Joshua.
Indeed.
But Cressio, they offer pay what you can consultations to underprivileged entrepreneurs in Colorado Springs and teach people how to leverage ChatGPT for their businesses. So please visit them at cressio.com to learn more.
And why wouldn't you? My word, come on now. Pay
Right?
what you can consultations to underprivileged entrepreneurs in Colorado. So reach out to Joshua, doggone you.
Yes.
Now, what? Do you want to get more leads for your business? Visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your business name out here to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in their business in just 7 months. Like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn to join us on our journey to extend hope and encouragement and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement.
So now it's my favorite time. We get
Yours?
to introduce the guests.
Your favorite time?
It is my favorite
Oh,
time.
my.
Which is your favorite time on the show?
Whatever your favorite time
Oh,
is.
okay. It
Right.
is
I've
today.
been married a long time, so I know when to agree, right?
Work marriage. Okay. So to my right, our panel host, the amazing Mr. Micheal Johnson.
Yes.
So drawing on his teaching, coaching, and consulting background, he's taught and coached both small and large groups, from fourth graders to high energy nonprofit executive directors. He is adept at relational cultivation with diverse individuals and cultures. Welcome, Micheal.
Thank you. So good to be here.
Yeah.
We're glad to
That was
have
a
you.
great intro.
Yeah.
And Joel, I'm sorry, we don't have much on you because we were provided with a long bio, but this is Joel Zach, owner of Easy Kitchens,
Yes.
people-oriented and goal-focused.
Oh, that's
Yes.
a lot to drill down on.
Welcome,
right there.
Joel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to unpack you like organically
Yes.
through questions.
There you go.
We're good at that.
Compliant, yeah.
It is great meeting you, my friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard a
indeed.
lot of great things about you too.
So. Oh, good.
Yeah, and they're
Awesome.
all
Micheal.
true. I just thought I'd throw that in
Absolutely.
for free.
Yeah.
Micheal says absolutely.
We know.
Thanks for only saying great
Plus you
things,
can
Michael.
get you can get fashion trips tips from these guys as well. I know I need some.
Yeah, no, you don't. We need to just be us, right?
Yeah, you're right, you're
just
right.
do you, right?
We actually had a gentleman on our show who does custom suits.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're trying to get them to
That would be cool.
sponsor us.
Yes. With suits,
Yes.
like matching
suits,
suits.
That'd be amazing.
We want to do that
That'd be
new,
incredible.
the copper color.
Yeah.
What was that shade? He has some shade. He showed up on the show with this color,
Whoa.
and it was
Yeah.
epic. We were like, can you do that for us
Us.
as a sponsor, like a clothing sponsor?
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's still considered. He's in Thailand right now, so we're gonna hit him up when he gets back.
Yes.
And,
He
Nice.
comes back on Tuesday.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I have a lot of cabinet colors, but I didn't bring any of them.
Nice.
That is so funny. Michael, you are our host today, and
Okay.
thank you for doing that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about who is this incredible Micheal Johnson?
Well, like Lisa said, I've done a number of things. I've been a school teacher. I've been in the nonprofit world for close to 20 years. I find myself in the insurance realm and never thought I would do that or be in that area. I figured if I was in sales, it had to be something tangible.
Yeah.
But back in 1997, I had a pituitary tumor and 2 brain surgeries.
Wow.
And looking at the coverage that we provide, that through Family Heritage, it would have been really kind of life-changing for us. We would have received, tens of thousands of dollars.
And if you had been there.
If I'd have had that. So it just opened my eyes to the possibilities, and it's been a wild ride, but it's been really amazing to work with so many different small businesses in the Springs and provide something that their people really need and like.
Yeah, we're going to drill down in that
Yeah.
because we want to make sure that the value of what you're bringing to community is translated here on the show,
Yeah,
okay?
that sounds good.
Did you hear something, a common thing, Lisa?
Yes.
What's a common thing we just heard from Michael telling us that?
Well, leading with your resume is a thing, but we would like to hear more detail though. Tell us
Absolutely.
about your journey, about you just kind of like ran over it, but
Yeah.
what happened? Like, how did you find out about what your sickness and
Right.
all the things?
Okay. I had a health. I had an issue back in 93, 94, back when I was teaching 4th graders. Of course, those 4th graders are now 41 years of age.
Oh goodness!
Let me give me some on that, bro.
You never know that looking at
I'll be,
it.
I was like their older brother. I'll be 55 here this week, so double nickels, baby.
Nice.
Double nickels, yes.
I had an issue with my thyroid at that point. It was connected to my pituitary, but they didn't make that connection. And then in '97, I was having some issues with depth perception and peripheral and depth, and like after church, like 3 Sundays in a row, I bumped into the car in front of me when we were at the grocery store picking up some food. So like, this seems a little weird.
Yeah.
So I just figured, I just needed some glasses, but I quickly learned that there was a tumor in there and
Wow.
that had to get taken care of.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've never felt more supported, and as as a believer in in the Bible and Jesus Christ,
Yes.
it was incredible to just the support that our church gave us and so many different people. There was a nonprofit organization that got together and figured out how to get me rides to radiation when I had those for 6 weeks.
Great.
So the things that we learned and received, all the gifts that we received during that time,
Yes.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Right.
Not that I want to go back and do the old brain surgery again.
Right. Yeah, our pastor was just saying yesterday in church, the reason that we have to deal with suffering is because we don't get the message any other way. Right?
Yeah.
Pain creates purpose, and look where you are today because of what you've gone through.
Yeah, no, it's been...
And you're so passionate about it because of that. You
Yeah,
live
right.
the life, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 27 years.
Yeah. This isn't just a pitch for you.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Globe Life is they're blessed to have you. I will say
No,
that.
I'm really grateful, to be with this company and been really impressed by the leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to take my wife to the first, to a trip recently in Salt Lake City, just a couple weeks ago, and really was a benefit to her to hear from the leadership.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it just definitely increased her belief as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw a picture of you and your bride on Facebook because I don't think I've ever met her in person.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and what was it, your
33rd.
33rd anniversary?
Happy
Yep.
anniversary, happy
Congratulations.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Our oldest daughter is 31 years old today.
Yeah,
Well,
today.
yeah, I can
Happy birthday, Michael's daughter.
Yes, happy birthday.
Hi, Danica Marie. Love you.
Awesome.
And she's engaged, right?
She's engaged. She lives in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, my kids are all over
I
the
guess
place.
you have to live somewhere.
I guess so.
Hey, Brooklyn's supposed to be really nice.
She's a big city girl.
Brooklyn. Have you ever been to Brooklyn?
Well, now it's changed. I've heard. Yeah.
Okay, I've
For the
heard
better.
I've heard it called a lot of things, but nice was not at the top of the list.
I was told it's really cute, like old Colorado City here, like really cute boutique.
It's historic.
With 10 times more people.
Yes.
There's 7 million
Yes.
people walking around. Yeah. Yeah. So, Joel,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you. I am excited to be here.
We're excited to have you, my friend. Yeah, give us a little background on who you are.
Yeah.
What an interesting last
you
name.
Yeah.
So my last name is actually Zock, like Bach. It's German.
Oh,
Zock.
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 Okay.
But it's spelled like Zach.
It is spelled
Yes.
exactly like Zach. So I get called Zach a lot, actually.
I would imagine.
Not even Joel. But that's okay.
So you don't have the German blue eyes.
No, I don't. I
No?
did see you in one of your other shows talking about the German blue eyes. I do not have the German
Oh,
blue
you've
eyes.
done your homework. You watched
A
our
little-
show.
Michael invited
Yeah.
Michael invited me, and I'm like, I have to sort of know what I'm getting into.
Yes, good for you.
Most people don't do that,
They
Joel.
don't.
They just come.
Right.
Right. And subject themselves to us.
Yes.
I was excited
No
about that.
agenda.
Yes. And sometimes that's probably great.
Yes,
You have to
exactly.
be pleasantly surprised.
Indeed.
Yeah, I grew up in Nebraska, a small town boy. Hastings, Nebraska is where I grew
Now,
up.
where Hastings is, isn't there a big lake there or something?
There is a lake called Hastings Lake, but it's not that big.
No, maybe it's another part of Nebraska.
McConaughey.
There's McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, a lot of people from Colorado go to McConaughey.
I loved it.
Because
there.
it's
Really?
so close. It's like 3 hours, 4 hours drive
From here?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
it's
gotta check
huge.
that
It's a
out.
really
Really?
big
Like Lake Tahoe huge, or
It is
Have
huge.
you guys been to Lake Tahoe? Or am I just talking
Yeah.
to?
No, I have been to Lake Tahoe.
You have? You know? Okay, you get me. Okay.
Okay.
Now, it might not be as beautiful as Lake Tahoe because it's pretty flat.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
But it is a really big lake.
Okay.
But yeah, before I was even born, my grandfather started a business, Easy Kitchens. His name was Ed, and my grandmother's name was Elaine. So Ed and Elaine Zock, and we don't know if the E was for the Ed or the Elaine, but it's one of them.
Aww.
And that's where they came up with the name E-Z Kitchens.
Was that here in America?
Yeah, that was in Nebraska.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
And then my dad bought it almost 40 years ago. And he has run it for the last 40 years. And the thing that I saw with him growing up is he had a business, and it wasn't a huge business, but he had 8 employees, but his goal with the business was to honor God through his work. And it really became a foundation in our community. It was known as a place where people could literally just come in and talk to him about any problems they had in their life. We had one customer that said, "Don't go to Easy Kitchens unless you want to get talked to about God."
Yeah.
And he wouldn't come because he didn't want it. But many others. And so growing up, I saw my dad run his business in such a simple way that was inviting to all, and such a encouragement and building block in our small community.
Oh, wow.
And
How cool
it
is
was a really
that?
it was awesome. And
What
so
a legacy.
it is, and that's what I want to continue.
Yes.
So I grew up there. I went to school, and then I moved to Nigeria for a year, did missions. Then I actually thought I was going to continue that and went to Moody theological
Another
seminary.
Moody guy.
Chicago?
Yep, I live in Chicago.
Wow. We met so many people from there.
Moody,
So
yeah.
my wife is from Chicago. She grew
Yeah.
up in Forest Park, and
She had to be from somewhere.
I went to.
Stop.
Hey, I like Chicago actually. The food in Chicago.
I've heard that. My oldest daughter told me I need to go to Chicago. I need to stop hating on it. I just have long hair and I heard it's windy,
Yeah.
so.
I used to go to Minnesota all the time in the job that I was in, so I had to go. I was skewed because I had to go through O'Hare, like
Yeah, O'Hare's
twice
awful.
a month. O'Hare,
Yeah.
It's a
airport.
nightmare.
Yeah. So anyone that goes through there hates Chicago.
That's
Okay.
right, and I had to do that once, yes, so. I
That
kind of
is, it is a little bit of a mess.
Yes. it
Although LA, I've been through LA.
That's a mess as well.
It is so bad.
Yeah.
I went there as well a lot. So.
But I went to the grad school there for intercultural urban ministry, and really honestly saw how we view the world through a lens, and how God views it, and how we can relate with so many different cultures and people. And so I actually thought I was going to do that, and graduated, worked in a number of different programs in Chicago, and my dad had been asking me for a while if I would come and work for him, and I never thought I would be a salesperson.
Right?
I was like, sales, I don't want to do
Yeah.
that. And finally, it came to a point where I was like, I felt like I would regret it if I at least didn't try. And so we moved back we lived in Chicago for 5 years, had our first son there, and then moved back to middle of town, Nebraska. And I started working for my dad and realized how much I enjoy sales. And the way that I love to look at it is helping people find what they want.
Yes.
And bringing them something they want, not
It
trying
truly
to push
is
it
that,
on
yes.
them.
Right.
And to be honest, then I also the way I view things, I integrated it with, okay, how can I show Christ in everyday little scenarios? Every time I'm meeting with a different customer, how can I show Christ, really? It's
Yes.
that whole upside down kingdom, and bringing
Yes.
the kingdom of heaven here on earth. And so then in business, I'm really excited to do that through my work.
Was
And
Erwin Lutzer there when
he
you
was
were?
definitely there.
Was he the
Yeah.
president
Well,
when you were there?
He's like, he was definitely
he was
there.
at Moody Church, yes.
Yeah, he was at Moody Church.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
go there?
I
When-
did. Every time my parents came into town, we had to go, and my wife's parents go there now, and so we go there every time we go back.
Yeah.
For
I've read
And he is an
numerous
amazing
of his
man.
books.
Yes, he
indeed.
really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually about 4 years ago, my dad was retiring, and me and my brother were like, hey, let's continue the business. So we have grown it and expanded it, and one of our biggest goals is keeping that small family-owned business that represents Christ in the community, but bringing it to other communities. And
Oh,
so
wow.
So you're here.
I am here.
So did you guys franchise it? Or
No, we both
what?
own it, and we have 4 stores now. 3 in Nebraska and 1 in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And you took the most beautiful place.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You're
Look
like,
at you.
and I'm
Yeah.
there.
Are you the older brother?
I am the older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to
Smart.
pick.
I sort of did.
Wise man.
I said if we're gonna do this, we need to expand, and I would love to move to Colorado
Yeah,
Springs.
if you don't mind,
Oh, yeah. It's a
please
good-
and thank you.
It's a very good market there. They need cabinets.
Oh, totally.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Yeah. And how long ago did you guys
That
take
was
over?
almost 3 years. We've been running it for 4 years now.
Okay.
Yep.
4 years.
Wonderful.
Wow, what a great story, man.
Yes.
Yeah, MDiv,
Yep.
right? Yeah, and Master of Divinity.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was like,
from
what?
Moody. Yeah,
Oh.
you were looking at me going, what the?
I was nodding. Okay, what you said.
So nod, smile and nod, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and now running an incredibly Christ-centered small business that you're expanding. Do you have thoughts of franchising it?
No.
Nope. Oh, okay. You just want to build out?
We just want to build, and right now it's, we have 20 employees, so it's not giant, but we
In
are able to
Colorado?
manage it. No, all
all
across
the
the board.
total? Okay, okay.
But the Colorado Springs has been here for 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the other ones have, 2 of them have been there for 40 years.
Yeah.
Way to rock that, Joel, with your bad self.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael,
Yes, sir.
Lisa, we always ask this question, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, with everyone in business, there's challenges, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't want to be challenged, don't go into business.
Right.
Because it is seriously challenging to do that. What have you had to overcome in your business in the last year, and how have you overcome?
Okay. Well, that's not, I don't have to think very long. I think just my own limiting beliefs are the biggest hurdle,
Oh, brother.
that I've had to overcome.
Yeah.
At the same time, I like what you said about it's not my job to convince someone, but just show them these policies, show them the coverage, what it can do for them. If they see the value, fantastic.
Exactly.
If they don't, it's all good.
Fantastic steal.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah. Next.
Right. It's
Yeah.
it's not going to be for everyone, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But there's having an abundant mindset as opposed to this scarcity or just a mindset that there isn't enough. I think I definitely was in that space for my first 2 years, and
How'd you get out of that?
it about wrecked us. I actually went back to teaching and did it on the side. I taught third graders last year, and I did the insurance
pretty
piece on the
family.
side. So I was able to have a restart starting last July 1, and now it's been almost 14 months
Full timing.
full time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just learning, being more teachable, running my business like a business, setting just simple things like a start time and an end time.
Yes.
Having goals of how many hands am I going to shake, how many sit downs am I going to get, where I sit down with people and just show them.
So you become more intentional
More
about the way that you're reaching out. I'm gonna send you a book, brother, that I think you'll like, and it's about scarcity.
Okay.
Because the way I grew up, I have to fight scarcity,
Yeah.
mindset all
Yes.
the time.
Right.
It's not a one and done, right? I'm over it. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't.
Right?
No, you really have to. Yeah, it's like marriage. I mean, you constantly have to work at it.
You do.
You do.
You do.
Every
Because otherwise,
relationship,
those
right?
will just kind of creep back in.
Yep.
I also I've learned that you have to kind of tell your brain, like, nope, we're going to stick to this, and we're gonna work until this time, or we're going to hit this goal.
Yep.
And if you compromise, then there's actually things. If you listen to the Huberman podcast,
Yes.
there's things that happen in your brain where you're kind of getting weaker.
Yep. Because you're programming it to expect not to
Right.
do
Yes.
Right.
what you say you're going to do.
Right.
Right?
That
Yeah.
negative self-talk
Absolutely.
is powerful in the
Yeah.
negative way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're amazing.
But asking, I think asking good. I appreciate that. You're very kind.
Because I'm just very honest.
You are.
You are amazing.
He's a VetNet member, so we know him well.
But yeah, asking really good questions,
Yes.
and then just shutting up and listening.
Right.
They say that people will believe about half of what I say, and if I show them maybe a testimonial of one of our clients and how it's actually benefited them and impacted their lives, that's about 75% belief. But everything that comes out of their mouth is 100% belief.
Absolutely.
So the more I can ask good questions and let them speak and really kind of understand, the root cause
Yeah.
of why would this be important to them?
Yeah.
What would it mean, if you couldn't work for, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? What would that do to you financially?
Right.
Yep. Yeah, good salesmanship is not convincing anyone.
No.
Right.
If
You
you
know
feel
what I
like
mean?
you're having to do that,
Yeah.
it's not
And
effective.
if people feel like that's what you're doing, then they
Right.
turn
They're
off
out.
and shut down.
Yep.
Yeah, it really doesn't
Absolutely.
work. So, yeah. How about you, man? What's been challenging for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's been challenging for me is building the team here in Colorado Springs. We have such a history in Nebraska that people even know, and it's word of mouth. They literally, hey, I think I would fit well with your team. Can I join it?
Yeah.
Here we're starting from scratch, and so it's been a struggle finding people that stay too. I think in the Midwest, people are more planted and they stay there.
Loyal is
Yes.
what. Yeah. Yeah.
And here, people view jobs definitely as more
Transactional.
transactional a little bit, yeah. And so figuring out how to build great team has been it's something that I'm really passionate and excited about, but it's been a struggle for sure.
How big is your team currently?
Right now there's 4 of us, so there's not very many.
So you need more.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah. Easy
Kitchens.
are looking for people to come
Yes.
and be a part of the work that they're doing.
Yes.
And,
Selling cabinets.
Yes, selling cabinets, and you need to reach out to Joel
Yeah.
and give yourself an opportunity, maybe a great business, employment opportunity for
Yeah.
you, right?
For sure.
Lisa, I want to read this quote.
All right, go for it.
Can I?
Yes,
All
please.
right. I noticed how I ask her anything I want to
Smart
do.
man, smart man.
So, in case you're one who runs this
Oh,
show.
gosh.
You know, Robert Frall's quote, and I know this quote will become obvious to you. I should be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled. When you think about your space and what you're doing, Michael, what has been the road less traveled for you?
Yeah, I never never really pictured myself in the insurance realm. You know, we tell people it's simple, but it is not easy. If it were easy,
Everybody be doing it.
everyone would be doing it. Yeah, exactly. So, I think it's the road less traveled is the consistency of showing up every day, of hitting those goals, of really running your business like a business, of understanding how to be strategic, the follow-ups, asking, the simple art of
But it
asking
isn't.
for a referral. Oh my
Remember
goodness.
that,
Yes.
Lisa? We've just gone through that with our show.
We
Yeah.
have, and we're
Yeah.
a year and a half in.
I'll be 4 years in December, and the last 2 weeks I've had just kind of some aha moments in the whole area of referrals, and
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
it's been awesome. It's just fun to see that referral tree out of one gentleman from the same group that we go to named Stephen, and then he referred his father, and then the father referred the uncle, and the uncle referred the son.
Nice.
And we've got this whole referral tree that's developing.
That's
and
so
So
awesome.
cool.
it's
Yeah.
awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
It just
But it takes courage, though, right? You had to
It does take
sum up
courage.
the courage to ask that question.
But I kind of kicked myself a little bit, but I'm like, all right, let's not do that. That's not going to benefit, but let's move forward and then use this new skill every day.
Yeah.
How about you, Joel? Like, what's the road less traveled for you that you've ventured
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, I would say it's moving out here and starting from scratch and doing something.
How long have you been out here now?
We've been here 3 years.
3 years, that's right.
Yep.
You told me that,
Yep. And actually, it was about 4 years ago. Me and my wife were going through our family values. What do we value? And we made a family motto. And
What is it?
it is, we are a pack of adventurers following the way of the Lord. And God called Abraham to do righteousness and justice. And we looked at our lives and we're like, how are we doing this? How are we adventurous? How are we a pack? How are we following the way of the Lord? How are we doing righteousness and justice in our community, in our place? And we realized that we were very comfortable and that we needed to take on this challenge of expanding the business, but also moving out to Colorado. And then our goal here is definitely be that family and then be a business that is doing righteousness and justice in the community. And so we just sort of went for it.
Wow.
How's your wife feeling right now that you've made that move? You're 3 years
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
That is so important. I mean,
It really is.
Yeah.
And thankfully, God gave me wisdom to be a little bit in tune with that. Sometimes not.
Yeah.
But when we moved, it was a big change for her. Obviously, I went back home, and I was very comfortable in Nebraska. It was a big change for her going there from Chicago. I sort of look at Colorado Springs is right in the middle. She's from a huge city. I'm from a small, and we feel really at home here, and we love it. The kids, we love all the activities the kids can do. We are involved at Pulpit Rock. We love Jonathan there. He's an awesome pastor. And so we feel like, very peace. This is where God has us to be right now, for sure.
Notice
so
how
she's
he threw
excited.
Pulpit Rock in there, so
Yeah, he did.
we'll be calling them for sponsorship.
Yeah.
Since
Yes,
you
Jonathan.
promoted them on our show, right?
There you go.
We'll hit Jonathan up later.
So
Great
yeah,
church,
we
yes.
we are so grateful to be here,
Yeah.
and every day I think that's one of those mind things is realizing the things that we're thankful for, and even giving thanks to God every day. I was reading this morning even about in the Sermon on the Mount and the Lord's Prayer, give us this day our daily bread, and how it's coming from that place of gratitude every day. Lord, thank you that I can breathe. Thank you that I have food this morning. And God and Jesus lived his life like that.
Yes.
Everywhere he
Daily
went.
bread.
Yes.
Yes, right? And that's all the promise is.
Yeah.
It's not for weekly bread or monthly bread. That's why he said, give us this day our daily bread.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
don't worry about
Yeah,
tomorrow.
That's right.
Don't worry about tomorrow. It's
Yeah.
so easier said than done.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
my, yeah.
I wrestle with that every day.
Yeah.
The
But
worry.
you wrestle well, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, and your wrestling has become better wrestling, right?
Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, she'd be arm-barring worry now. Oh!
Gotcha.
How dare you show up at my...
Gold medal wrestler.
Yes, that's right.
All right. That's awesome.
She is amazing. So, you know, guys, Lisa, I love this question. And Michael, once again to you. Now, you're doing stuff that's good. Good stuff, right?
Yeah.
How would you frame your business becoming crazy good? What would it look like when it gets crazy good? for
Crazy
you?
good.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm able to work with, more and more businesses, kind of the group enrollment things.
Give me a number.
I get, one of my prayers this year was to work with my first business that has 100 people or more.
Woo!
So
Yes.
I'm in the mix. So
coming.
it's a process. It's a longer process than, the business that has only 10 people.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
so I'm working on that.
Yeah.
And so love to get a couple, work with a couple of those.
Yeah. So this time next year when you're sitting in this studio
Yes.
updating us about how you're doing, you're going to have 10 new companies, right? With over 100 employees
yeah.
each.
And then-
you're going to be smoking it.
Yeah.
And then expand my team. So
Yes.
You're going to want to come back
Recruit.
on the show just to brag about it.
That's right. Remember when we
Because that's
talked
where we
about
birthed
that?
it.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, recruit and train folks on my own team. And I love that because when you're teaching, you tend to learn more than the student.
Oh, for
Well,
sure.
first time I met you, you were teaching.
Yeah.
You remember that? The classroom I went in, you were working for a different organization at that time, but you
Oh,
were
yes.
presenting it
Yes.
to us and
Yeah.
et cetera. Yeah. And you do a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Doesn't hurt
Yeah.
being 6'6", does it?
with my not high heels, but
I'm working on my looking
With my-
down.
I only got to 6'4", but
Oh, you're 6'4". That's your kids.
the
6'7".
sons, the sons passed me by.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
tall are they?
6'7" and 6'6". Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. How many babies you have, man?
4.
Yeah. What a great number, me too.
I have 4 too.
I got
Yeah. Oh, we all have 4.
16 kids.
Four's a great.
Yeah.
What are you guys waiting for? Look at the looks on your
Yeah.
faces. 0 and 0.
There's-
Our producer and photographer.
Our production team needs to work on procreation. Marriage first.
Well, we got 16 to go to start things out. That's pretty good.
Don't be touching us. It's catching.
Yeah. It's in the water.
Yeah.
And grandkids, you got.
I have 13
Oh
grandchildren.
my
You have
goodness.
13 grandchildren.
I do.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
I'm not
It
there
is.
yet. You're
Yeah.
close.
She don't have
I
any.
hope so. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're impatiently waiting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
For
My
grandkids.
kids got the memo. The only reason
Yeah.
we had them were to have them.
Yes.
Oh, they're not
So
looking.
true. They know that?
Can I
They
borrow?
follow through.
Can I borrow that memo?
Yeah, exactly.
I want that
Say
memo.
Frank said, so therefore
But
y'all
the
must
kids
do.
have to get it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
What does Crazy Good look like for Easy Kitchens?
Yeah. So Crazy Good looks like building a conglomerate maybe, or relationship with many other businesses, especially in the remodeling building industry, and a place that somebody can come and have all of their needs met by somebody that does a really good job. One thing that has been interesting moving out here is seeing the state of the industry out here is much different. You know, in Nebraska, if you do a bad job, everybody in the whole town knows,
Yes.
and nobody works with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Here, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And Easy Kitchens is a reputable place in Nebraska, and I want it to be one here. But then I want to grow that to be in joint with many other companies that have a place, and then that can also do good in the community. So it's like, hey, we have this need here. It's not necessarily cabinets, but I know somebody that is a plumber. I know somebody that's an electrician. And we're slowly building that. Actually, with Kyle from Southern Mesa, he should be a sponsor too. There you
Yep.
go.
There you go,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Listen up.
Working with them has been so exciting for me because they have such a reputation and they do such a good job, and we have that same. And so when we recommend each other, we know that our customers are in good hands.
Indeed.
And so doing Crazy Good is having that whole network and building maybe even a space where people can come and they can get their needs met in the remodeling industry.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. God, you guys, what a great conversation we're having with you too today, don't you think? I mean, just very open and transparent about the journey that you're on. You know, we have a question because we kind of end at 11:45 so that we have another show we got to bring
Yep.
in and
Sure.
things like that. So, Lisa, ask them a question that we always ask our field.
So, Michael, we'll start with you, of
Okay.
course. If you can look at the camera, and you know we're all about infusing hope and encouragement throughout the world.
Yes.
So we're going to give you a moment to encourage our listeners, and then also how they can reach you, please.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm excited to meet you. I'd love to connect with families. Being a family that has gone through something really challenging, both in kind of the cancer realm and some accident type things, and then seeing how people come around. I'd love to be a part of that, be a part of your team. With a product that really has your back in an incredible way. And if it's not a great fit, I'd love to, just like Joel does, I'd love to refer you to someone else if there's something else that's a better fit. But yeah, I just want to encourage you that there's a lot of hope, and I'm excited to get to know you and a company that you potentially run.
You know, we didn't bring out, and unfortunately somewhere in translation there we kind of miss. I want to make sure that these people understand specifically what the value is that you bring to them through Globe Life.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I've got a friend named Clayton. He picked up some accident injury coverage. He loves it because it really provides this protection. I've got another client named Malachi who is in a work accident, broke his leg, was on workman's comp, but received $20,000 just directly into his bank account from the coverage that he had through us. We have other clients that have gone through cancer battles and received six figures, $100,000. I love this company because if you don't use it, we hope that no one gets cancer.
Right.
But no one wants to throw money away.
Yeah.
But if ideally you don't get cancer, and just like my client Meredith, who owns Hair HQ, another possible person, she'll get $18,000 back next March because it's a full return of the money that you pay us.
Oh my.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of unheard of. I'm used to car insurance and
Yes.
homeowners insurance. You don't see that money back.
Never.
It does, but
It's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so it's pretty amazing.
How do they reach you?
My phone number is 719-345-2489. The email, it's 4 words, yourfamilyheritageagent@gmail. Again, yourfamilyheritageagent@gmail.com. And I'd love to just sit down, buy a cup of coffee, and just get to know you a little bit.
Indeed. Micheal Johnson, my friend. Yes.
All right.
Joel. Look at the camera. That's a little new to me. Yeah, Joel at Easy Kitchens. We do an awesome job with providing people cabinets for anywhere in their space. We do a good job with helping them design, figuring out the layout, as well as the colors and styles that comes all with that. We do a really good job with that. We have an awesome showroom at 4760 North Chestnut. It's right off of Garden of the Gods Road.
Yeah.
Literally right over there.
Great
Yeah.
location.
Yeah, it is a great location. And then my email is Joel, Joel, at easykitchensinc.com. And then, yeah, what I would say, one thing that I have been thinking a lot about is no matter where you are with your faith, in James, in the book of James in the Bible, God says that he will give wisdom to anyone who asks.
Anyone.
And I ask
Anyone.
so often because that's a promise that he makes.
Mhm.
And I know that if I ask for wisdom, he will deliver on that promise.
He just did.
Yes.
By you saying that,
Yeah.
he just delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool.
So thank you for saying that. Absolutely one of my favorite books in the Bible, because I consider it one of the most practical books in
Yeah.
the Bible.
True.
Right,
Yeah.
James. So thank you for sharing that, brother. And thank you both for being a part of our show today.
our
You guys
pleasure.
rock.
Thanks for having us.
Well, absolutely. Michael knows how to pick guests.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, we get a gap.
you
We're gonna be
would.
calling you. Yeah, so thank you very much for being with us on show number 1 today, Lisa. How you feel?
Yes, I feel great.
Do you feel great?
Yes.
Yeah. She got one of the greatest I feel great smiles in America. Right? So when she's feeling great, no one is questioning it, right?
Right.
So you do a wonderful job. Thank
You
you.
do too, sir.
We're the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa. Show number 1 is a wrap. We'll be back shortly with show number 2. Thank you for being with
Thanks,
us.
everyone.
All right.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
Would you eat a prime steak if it was served on a dirty plate? Probably not. Hi, I'm Giuseppe. Just like a fine steak, your product needs to be presented well to be effective. If you feel you're not selling effectively or spending money on unused tools, comment below with marketing strategy. Let's clean up your presentation and maximize your business potential in just 90 days.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Cressio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
Would you eat a prime steak if it was served on a dirty plate? Probably not. Hi, I'm Giuseppe. Just like a fine steak, your product needs to be presented well to be effective. If you feel you're not selling effectively or spending money on unused tools, comment below with marketing strategy. Let's clean up your presentation and maximize your business potential in just 90 days.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Cressio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on the show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they are doing here in community.
And it's not just about numbers. Our approach opens up a space for vulnerability, helping our guests genuinely connect with audiences. This authentic interaction is a powerful catalyst for community and business growth. Take, for example, we have partners here at Be Encouraged, and since getting involved with our platform, they've seen a staggering 900% growth in just 7 months here in the Springs.
So if you're ready to make a significant impact, join us today at beencouraged.net.
And let's make the world a more hopeful and connected place, one story at a time.
Would you eat a prime steak if it was served on a dirty plate? Probably not. Hi, I'm Giuseppe. Just like a fine steak, your product needs to be presented well to be effective. If you feel you're not selling effectively or spending money on unused tools, comment below with marketing strategy. Let's clean up your presentation and maximize your business potential in just 90 days.
From my dad's 40-year grind as an immigrant mechanic to personal traumas such as my mom's suicide attempts, I know life's hurdles. That's why Cressio's mission is to empower the underprivileged right here in Colorado Springs. Are you struggling with sales? We'll help with leads and conversions. Or are you overwhelmed? We'll help with automating your tasks and optimizing your business for staffing. Are you ready to transform? Scan today to start.
Hello, I'm Frank, and this is
Lisa.
We want to welcome you to the Be Encouraged Show, where each week we reach an audience of 45,000 potential listeners
And growing.
across our social platforms and guest networks. Our mission is simple yet profound: to spread hope and encouragement, connecting our audience with stories that uplift and inspire.
So, whether you're a business owner looking to expand your reach or someone eager to share your journey of impact, our platform is designed to highlight the positive differences we can all make.
Getting involved with our show is easy and rewarding. First, you get to be a guest on this show. This is a fantastic opportunity for brand recognition as you share your story with our engaged listeners.
And Frank and I are now offering Q&A Mastermind monthly sessions. And these are not just informative experiences, but we actually help with your business on strategic insights and provide a supportive group setting.
Oh, yes, we do, don't we? And if you're looking to drive targeted lead generation, consider sponsoring our show. We offer multiple tiers and customizable options to fit your marketing needs perfectly.
We have had over 350 guests, and they have been able to brand themselves and share all the goodness that they
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Be Encouraged Show with Lisa and
Frank.
Don't mind us. We're eating a couple cashews because we're starved. But yeah, welcome back. So we want to first thank our platinum sponsors. Thank you so much to Cressio for this amazing show. Our friend Joshua Aguirre is passionate about uplifting the Southeast. And when you partner with his company, you will learn how to automate your sales funnel using tools like ChatGPT. So check them out at Cressio.com to learn more.
Indeed, Joshua Aguirre at Cressio.com. We have two incredible guests on show number 2 today. We are so excited to bring them in. Somehow when I asked Lindsey to come on the show, somehow I knew you'd show up.
Yes.
I don't know. You know, is she your only friend, Lindsey?
One of the best. One of the best.
I know. This is Dr. Lindsey Ganzer. She is a veterinarian and the owner of the incredible North Springs Veterinary Referral Center. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember the planning stages for this and all the things that you guys were going through. Now this place is incredible.
It is incredible. And I didn't realize that it was her place. I have been there all weekend because my kitty cat's there, and they have been handling him so amazingly well. And then I sat down and I'm like, oh, wait, a veterinary? Wait, what is... And then we realized it's the same
The
place.
same place,
So,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and I
Very
accidentally
cool.
stepped on my kitty a couple of months ago and had to take her in. Unfortunately, she passed, but
Yeah.
I took her to, first thing that came to mind was North Spring Veterinary Referral Center. So thank you for what you do in our community.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Welcome.
and the amazing Hope.
Yes.
Some people call her Leah.
Leah Hope
Somebody
Bonzer.
even throw Bonzer on the end.
Yeah.
But I just stick with Hope. That right there in the middle. I've always been hopeful being around you, my friend, and the work that you do. An incredible creative. Leah Hope Bonzer is with us. Portrait and event photography with Leah Hope Photography. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yes.
And I'm loving little pixie cut hair.
Yeah.
It's amazing on
Yeah.
you.
You make that rock.
Yeah, you do. Most people can't do that, but you're rocking.
Yeah, I make it rock.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I mean, a rock, like I ain't grow anything else, so I gotta rock it, right? Guys, thank you for being here. You know prep, and I know for someone that's dealt in the sciences and your brain kind of thinks that way, and there's a line or a linear way of getting to places and etc. And you said yes anyway.
I
Yes.
did, yeah. I can't say no to you, Frank. There's no way.
Well, Lisa's gonna start asking questions. Lisa, what do you want to ask Dr. Ganzer?
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself personally, where you're from, just unpack the amazingness of Lindsey.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm originally from Georgia, born and raised in the South. I went to college in South Carolina, a really small school, Wofford College.
I know Wofford.
You know
They
Wofford?
beat us one year, University of North Carolina.
Yes,
and
we did. I remember that.
She remembers it.
I do remember that. But I played soccer and ran track there and always knew I wanted to be a vet, so I picked Wofford for the sciences. I have an amazing program in pretty much all the whole school is wonderful. But they have a 90% acceptance rate to graduate school if you go to school there. And so I was,
90%?
and so I was like, heck yeah, like I'm
like,
going
I
to
can
vet school.
pass.
Here we go. So went to vet school at Georgia, UGA, go Dogs.
Thought you'd throw that in for free,
Yes.
right?
Throw it in there. Graduated, knew I wanted to go into emergency and critical care. Went out, started working in emergency hospitals in the Atlanta area. Kind of moved my way up into ER director positions there. Then decided that I wanted to move to Colorado. Kind of a life change moment of like, hey, let's just.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I long story short, got divorced, just wanted a reset button on my life, and just was like, hey, why not move west? Like, seems like a
relate
thing to
to
do.
that.
So moved to Colorado and started working at a multi-specialty hospital here in Colorado. Loved it, became the emergency director there.
Of course you did.
That's when they sold to a corporation, and that's something that's going on in the vet world very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Is I believe it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 80% of emergency and specialty hospitals are actually corporately owned, and a little over 50% of general practices are now corporately owned. And by corporations, it's not just like, there's like this one little corporation that's taking it over. It's like Mars and, like the people that own like Nestle Purina, and they own Einstein Bagel, and they own like all of these things. So really, really big corporations that are kind of corporatizing vet med. And it's very hard from a medical standpoint to have somebody that's looking at a bottom line try to dictate what you're doing as a medical practice, and that it becomes about money and not about the people and not about the pets and not about even just the employees. And so with the experience that I had, I was kind of like, why not just go do it myself? And so that's how all this started was that.
Yeah, and to be and to, people are looking, many times, small businesses are a way for people to create a retirement, other things that are going on. So no knocking on people that sell to corporation, because they probably got some good penny, some
for
good
sure.
bucks on
For
these
sure.
sales and
Right.
stuff.
Yes.
And we can't judge people's motives, right?
Right.
You just knew that you didn't want to work in that atmosphere.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so glad you didn't.
Well,
Yes.
Thank
Because
you.
you rock.
I
So
appreciate it.
your company, is it a chain or is it yours?
No,
It
it's
is mine.
hers.
Yep. That's
She
mine.
even designed the building.
Wow.
So
It's an incredible location. I mean, I love that I know it. Like I've been living there this weekend.
Yeah.
So wow,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
I was going to
you,
ask
thank
you
you.
if you went to them.
Yeah.
Because, I know where you live.
Yes.
And that was kind of an easy button as far as getting.
I didn't go for the location. I did it because one of my girlfriends
Oh, the referral thing.
told me to go there.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what I
go
like
just
to hear.
anywhere.
That's what I like to
Yes.
hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I mean they're pets are our kids.
Yes.
Like I mean they're family members and they're we have that human animal bond is so incredibly strong and my goal as an owner is to be able to take care of my employees because if I can take care of them and I can provide them support then they're only going to translate that into the care of the pets and the clients. So
Yes.
that's what it's really about and letting them practice the medicine that they want to practice and give them the tools they need to be able to practice the level of medicine that we all want to do. You never want to be like, oh, well, we can't do that.
Yeah.
If you know how to do it, you should be able to do it. So,
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
Leah, did you do the photography in that?
Yes.
Oh my
Of
God.
course you did. Yeah.
Well, because that one, the orange and white cat, did you do that one?
Yeah,
It's
she did
in
all
black?
of it.
Because that's, Mario is an orange and white
Oh,
cat.
the
And
orange
my
kitty's
heart
the
just
best.
clenched. I was like, oh my gosh, and it's so beautiful. That picture is just spot on. Well done.
There's 2 yellow cats, right?
There are, there's
Yeah.
two orange kitties.
So catch us up, first
Yes.
of all, I want you to tell our audience a little bit about you.
Yes.
I am fascinated with people that come from other places to here. So tell our audience.
Croatia.
Croatia, yes, born
Yeah.
and raised.
Yeah.
And Croatia, I left when I was 24. Just a gorgeous and incredible country that was destroyed by war and politics and everything else. And just kind of always felt in myself that I can do better for my life than trying to just survive. And so I kind of leaped into a risk and grabbed a suitcase and no expectation and arrived to the United States and just kind of day by day figuring out is that place I want to be or where I'm gonna go. But I just felt that I need a change and need to figure out who I am and what I really want to do. At that point, I already started creating stuff with art more as a hobby and my soul search situation, and that kind of just followed me throughout the years. But being an artist is not an easy thing, and it requires a lot of money.
Yes.
And I had to pay my rent and my bills and find stuff. So I just worked multiple different jobs to get there. And
Where was your landing space Colorado when you came
no,
from
it was
Croatia?
Newport, Rhode Island.
What? Why?
Weren't you a military spouse? Or,
Yes,
no?
I
Yeah,
was
you were a
with- yeah.
military
Yes,
spouse.
the military
Yes.
spouse,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, at the, one of the Croatian guys, he owned 2 7-Elevens, in
Rhode
Newport,
Island.
yeah, in Rhode Island. So I took my night shift and I'm ready for my millions now. So yeah, I've always wanted to be an artist, always wanted to be creative, but like I said, needed to, be adult.
Yes.
Also make money and be able to save for my goal, that changed and pivot, including becoming a mom, and that kind of went into portrait and event photography, and then continuing creating art, and just I guess corporation of portraits and artists kind of created the opportunity for creating pets as well
Yes.
into that. And
Yeah.
capture-
You're a strong pet lover yourself,
Oh
aren't
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now at the moment, 2 cats and 2 dogs.
Yes.
you? Indeed. So you got here. Tell us a little bit about transitioning to America from Croatia. Was that difficult? What is some of our audience are people that are transitioning from other countries.
Yes.
You know, we know all of our experiences are different.
Yep.
But give us some high points, some low points of transitioning from another country to here.
High points, I would definitely say that growing up in a big, like, capital city, it's everywhere that you go in a big city. It's more of just a number. You just go on with your life. Nobody cares about you around it, and everything else, it's just kind of up to you. Definitely was awesome to be able to arrive to New Pearland, where it's a really small community, and be able to start feeling right away like that you're home. Like you know, you see the same people coming in the store. You go to, like, at that point I didn't have a car. You know, it was just biking and walking. You go to the store, you go to the library, you walk around, you see people recognize you. You just kind of right away feel that, you know, you belong. That it's like this is a place that you feel seen. So that was definitely great. Lows would be, I mean, adjusting to different culture. Like, I literally left from a room where I grew up with my twin sister from in my home to completely different country that you can't just hop on a bus and go back home and hug your parents or just like be there. I feel safe, you know. It's a huge adjustment to now you really need to deal with everything by yourself, you know. And so it was, a couple of days was kind of like, how do I even go outside by myself? I don't even have a cell phone, you know. You have a key, but what if you get lost? How do you find where do you live and how you got, you know. So it was that you don't have really friends until you make the friends. So it was definitely adjusting to all of that, just, you know, day by day by yourself. And it just, people see the world differently than you see it when you arrive. So it's, you know, and sometimes like, most of the people now traveling, they understand how in Europe people qualify as rude, when it's actually normal culture. That's like a normal thing, right? We don't go by somebody and be like, excuse me, you know, excuse my reach, excuse like, you know, breathe next to you. So it's like hard to be, you know, getting there and people quite find you more like, oh, you're rude, not knowing where you're from and not knowing what's going on in your head. That it's like, so it was a lot of like catching yourself to what you're gonna do and blocking yourself to like, okay, I gotta actually work, I need to do it this way now. I can't do it how my natural, you know, it's just going naturally to, it's almost like driving car, you know, you just, that's who you are. And you get to the points when you really like, if you wanna be here, you need to block yourself, you need to recode yourself to be where your culture is if you want to stay there and if you want to be there. And I also didn't understood some of the English but not speak the language, so it was just a lot to go through.
Man,
for sure,
you
but
did it though. Look at you.
Shake it off and keep going.
Shake it off and keep going. At least you learned that.
That's a big thing to learn.
Just take a punch and, you know, and learn from it and adjust yourself to it and let's go.
Yes.
And how are the kids?
Kids are good. I can't believe my daughter just started freshman year.
Oh, me too, girl. We got 2 freshmen this year.
I was like, they were just babies a few weeks ago. What happened?
I know. You're like, wait, slow down.
You move
so,
too fast.
I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Like, that makes me old. Old.
If that makes you old, what does it make me? My grandson just graduated from Mines. Colorado School of Mines. And
The youngest or the oldest?
Oldest.
Okay, well,
And
these
my
are
Oldest grandson,
And my other grandson's going to the Air Force September 30th.
Oh, yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, so this is old. You ain't old.
I know. And
Nice
you're still
try.
like mid-30s.
Nice try. Lindsey, so tell us something that you've had to overcome in business in this journey. And how it may be in process.
Overcoming a lot all the time. I think that going into starting a business that, like, even I never took a business class. I never took any sort of, like, economics class, finance class, anything. It was science. And even in vet school, they don't even prep you for, like, owning a business. They just sort of assume that everybody's going to go out and they're just going to be an associate and work for somebody else. And so they don't, like, set you up for any of that. And throughout this entire process, it's like you think that you know, but you know maybe 1% of what it is that you need to know in order to do this. And so it has been learning as a human being how to be very flexible and how to be very adaptable and how to have a goal that's set, but not the path that's set to that goal. Because at any given moment, you're like, ooh, lateral move. Oh, well, that didn't work. Lateral move the other way.
Entrepreneurship.
And it's like
Pivoting.
one step forward, pivot. One step forward, pivot. Yeah, and so then you're just sort of navigating all of these brand new waters that you never even imagined that you would have to navigate. And then coming from, like, a female perspective, there's added complications and added difficulties with that, where I do think that there's still a nature in business ownership that, it is very male dominated. And so I might come up and I might say, this is what I want. And it's, oh no, honey, like, you don't know what you want. Let me tell you what you want. And I'm like, no.
It's really not what I said.
That's not what I said. Like, you also, like, have to realize that, I'm a redhead. I'm very stubborn. And so, like, you're going to get the spicy version of Lindsey in just a minute if you don't, like, start to listen to me. And so it's a lot of battles where you're fighting for your voice and you're fighting for what your goal is without the expectation of that path being what you think that it might be.
But entrepreneurship, I mean, particularly when you go into a big project, I mean, what's the square footage of that building?
13,100.
13,100 square feet.
So
This is her entry point into entrepreneurship.
Yeah. That's a huge undertaking.
I mean, come on, girlfriend. I think anybody would have had some resistance with that. But you're right, it's accentuated and elevated when you're a lady because it is male dominated in that. How'd you overcome all of I mean, my God. What did you just say? I got a big giant vision and I'm gonna run?
Yeah.
That's yes. My dad likes to tell a story of me as a kid where around any body of water, he would have to, like, have either him or my mom holding me, even though, like, I did not know how to swim. And this is me, like, 2 years old. No clue how to swim, no nothing. One of them had to hold me until the other one was in the water because I would just sprint headfirst and just jump in.
Oh, I love that.
And so, like, that kind of has translated to most of my life is, like, we're just going to go. Like, I know what I want and I know the goal that I have. And I'm just gonna push that goal and just, like, go as hard as I can towards that goal until it's achieved. And even when it's achieved, it's always what's the next thing and what's the next thing, and it's always just driving forward. And that's more of my nature just as a human. And bringing along the people, like, I will be the first to admit that I am not the smartest person in the room, but I can probably find the person that is and be like, hey, I need you to help me with this. So my business partner is an accountant, and I was like, he's wonderful. But it was hey, Matt, I don't know dollars, but you do.
Yeah.
Help me. Like, come on board and help me through this and help me do this. And so it's
he's
like.
He's had some nights, hasn't he?
Yes. And he has to deal with me. So it's just something.
Fiery Lindsey.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of, I don't even want you to tell us, but there's some serious investment for what you've built out there. So congratulations on being brave.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Really, because it really takes bravery to step through doors. 90% of the people want to do something that they never take action on. Only 10% actually do it. You're the 10%er.
We both are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you both are.
Yeah.
Well, so are we, but.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's very true.
absolutely. You know, young lady, I got to know you fairly well in the time here in the city. I've always admired what you do. If you can think of doing something not just good, but crazy good, what would it look like? What would crazy good look like for you?
Crazy good, it's the goal that I'm rushing to, would just be like out of my way. It's definitely setting myself into hospitality industry to be able to recreate the spaces in hotels when we get there.
International, do you think?
Yeah, that would be, yes, exactly.
Yes.
The craziest of the
Yes,
craziest.
the craziest
yes,
of the crazy.
Absolutely. It's to be able to become a partner for the a big corporations that run they're building like weekly hotels around the world.
Yes.
And be able to just, instead of bringing art that just sits there to fill in the empty space, like it fits with the color, fits with the size, doesn't feel like it's something missing, just put it there. I'm trying to create that where we have art that uplifts, that inspires, that people walk in and it's something that like brings you into like, okay, it was a hard day, but we have tomorrow. Or, it's like, I got this. This is, I'll survive this. So just kind of get that motivation, inspiration, but also just being pretty. Bring that biophilic feeling into that we kind of lost the touch with, into surroundings. So that would be like the ultimate goal to be
What
able
inspires
to,
your work?
nature, details. Like I grew up, I haven't said that before that, but kind of now looking at my past and looking through where I've been, it just kind of realized that I grew up in war. I was 10 years old when the war started, and at that time, like, if you're too young to understand, but you see fear in parents, you see fear in news and around the little area that you'd get there. Part of it, we didn't go to school, or a school, you gotta move to go with the bus to a different school because of the war happening, and we had like a military base right across the school, but you just like, part of you is just like, it's kind of fun, because it's something is happening that you're just too young to understand. And through all of that, I start realizing that I see things around. Maybe it's my size too, I don't know, but I seen the details surround me when I was just kind of pointing, like, look at that, that's so cool, look at that, and people just don't pay attention to it. They just like go.
Yeah.
And then when I was able enough to start with those disposable cameras that you just kind of grab and shoot, and then you gotta go develop. And most of the people, when I was showing them, like, they were like, how do you get almost everything out of the film? Usually people get like 1 or 2 pictures, and then you're happy if you do.
Right.
Or it's just all the waste. And so I was like, that's interesting. And then I saved enough money to buy point and shoot, and then people was like, that's really good shot, that's really good shot. And so I just kind of learned that I have an eye for, things that are not there, and kind of set myself into, I would love to be an artist eventually, but at that point, many years was literally like my hobby, like just go out there and see some things, and it's like, oh, look at what I did with that, and just kind of have it as a memory. And just like little details, like really just a rock or a little different flower, or even clouds, anything like, or just walking down around and finding a cool alley or part of the alley or something that it's there that just kind of like
speaks to you. And,
and it makes you feel happy to be alive, like happy to like enjoy that. I'm here to enjoy these moments or see these specific little details and not just like zoom.
Well, I gotta put a plug for Leah, because I just love her, but. I gotta say, so Frank and I did a spotlight visit at the dental office. What's the name of it?
Dino Dental?
Yes, Dino Dental. And man, so people are scared going into the dentist office. When we walked in there was no fear factor. There's these adorable dinosaurs everywhere, to include up top when I'm in the chair looking up. And then your location, here I am. I was super sad all weekend, right? Going in and out, trying to look at Mario. And that picture, it ministered to me and it warmed my heart. And that's why I asked if you took it.
Yes.
Because you did that. You actually ministered to me this weekend. You didn't even know it.
Yeah.
And so did you. With your amazing customer service that all your people did, they were phenomenal. So, sorry, just a real quick plug to you both. It was
Thank you.
great.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Love the plug.
That's what it is about, bringing that emotion, something
Yes.
that you can connect with and not just being like walking by and.
And it's brilliant, you know what I
It
mean? Because you
is.
go into a place that generates natural fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
So like an emergency.
Like
Yeah.
emergency.
Or a dental
Absolutely.
office.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
also those animals are employees' pets.
Yes.
Yeah. They're
So
all
when
my
they go
employees'
to
pets.
work, they
Oh, then
they,
it's
they
for the
would-
employees
they-
too. Oh, that's cool.
So they're inspired by looking at pictures of their own
Because
animals.
it's their family, and they
Yeah.
are
Right.
your family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
And she did such an amazing job of just like taking so much time and working with the pet to capture their personality in the pictures.
Yeah.
That you can like see who they are as an animal in
Yes.
those photos. Like it's
You did that
insane.
well.
It's not just like, oh, there's a picture of a dog. It's like
Yeah.
you know them.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, little Annie, remember the redhead
Oh,
in
yeah.
this show? And there was a song that was like, "It's a hard knock life."
Yep.
Remember that song, that right? You don't know.
Yeah.
I remember. Annie, you know that song.
Annie,
She
yeah.
could probably dance it.
Yeah, so tell us, what is a hard knock portion of life right now for you? These are the connecting points that other human beings, they don't want to think that Dr. Lindsey just fell into this and it was just like, ooh,
Easy.
ain't this easy.
It's not easy.
I would say this is probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
So like easily you say
Unpack that a little bit for our listeners.
Well, for me, a lot of the difficulty, because like I said, my job is to take care of my employees. I have 100 employees. I
Oh,
around 100
Wow.
and so I have 100 children,
Yes.
and that is my job as, their parent, boss, whatever,
Yes.
to know every single one of them, to understand where they're all coming from, to offer support for all of them, to make sure they have everything that they need, and just constantly like pouring out into them just, hey, I'm here, I'm present, I know your personal life, I know, what concerts you're going to on certain days, I know, and I remember to go back and ask, hey, how was that concert you went to this past weekend, and things like that. And, the difficulty of that is, I think that, being just one person and having, my management team, that there's only 5 of us, and all of us are just with that, mindset of, I am the support system here,
Yes.
and just offering yourself up to people as, service, hey, I'm here for you, what do you need? And while that's incredibly empowering, it's incredibly draining.
Yes.
And there's always something, there's always some sort of
something.
something
It's
that's
people.
going on.
Yeah.
It's people, dealing with people,
Yep.
working with
Yeah.
people.
Humans are fun.
Yes, and then you pair that
They're not.
with, on the client side, it's so stressful to come in. You know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's so incredibly stressful, and that is just an incredibly stressful profession, incredibly empathetic people that work in this profession, because they are there for animals and they're there for people, and they feel all the feelings, and so it's so much of that is very, very just
I'm
draining.
getting tired just listening to you.
Veterinary medicine.
Because
Most people don't-
Lisa and I feel all those feels.
Yeah.
Right, that's
We
why
do.
we do what we do, right? Because we get it, a different space, but
Yeah.
at the same time, some of the same outcomes.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
And most people don't realize this, but veterinary medicine is one of the top suicide rates of any profession.
I had no idea.
I had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's because of that. It's because it's the personality type of people that go into us are empathetic,
Empaths.
service
Empath.
people, and that you're constantly dealing with rough situations
Yeah.
and heart-wrenching situations and painful situations and people that are very stressed, and it's you want to help all the time, you just want to, and sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
How
And
do what do you do in the midst of all that trauma, the things that are happening to other people, and etc.? How did Lindsey take care of you?
Yes.
I find there's a couple things. I find a lot of refilling of my soul in nature. So I love hiking, I love rock climbing, I love paddleboarding, whitewater rafting, like anything that's out in nature. I absolutely love, and dancing.
You got
I
a
love.
cold.
I knew she was a dancer.
And so
Your
I will,
girl right here. Yeah.
when I'm working, even because I'll like pick up shifts and work, you know, on the floor. And when I'm working, if we are in a tough situation, and a lot of my techs will vouch for this, I will make people stop and I'll say, we're having a 30-second dance party, and we will put on music, and I will just have everybody just dance it out, dance their feelings out, and then like, okay, now we can go back to work.
I love that. That's so great.
Wow. Are you creating this culture? Is it something you read, or are you just intuitively setting these things in place because of the environment that you know that you're in?
It's just, it's how it should be. It's
intuitive.
Yes.
How do you know it should be? Do you see it somewhere modeled at all? Like how?
Nope.
You just know. Like I just
time to dance.
it's time to dance.
Yeah.
But
It's time.
it's again, that personality type, and I'm one of those people, and so
Yep.
if you've got a room full of empaths, you know that at some point they need something else.
Yeah.
They need support, they need help, they need a release, they need somebody to be like, hey, I've got you. I know what you're feeling, and I've got you.
Wow.
And so it's setting that up, and again, it's that difference between you can't earn that or get that from somebody that's in another city looking at a spreadsheet. You've got to be there in the middle of it, and you've got to be part of it. And like I've worked in the animal field since I was 15 years old, and I've worked every position that you can work at a hospital, from kennel, walking dogs and picking up poop, to being a doctor, and everything in between. So it's like, receptionist, like I've got you, I know what that is like, and I would never want your job, and I respect you more than anything, because that side of it is hard.
Super hard. Yes.
How amazing. Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
It really is. Oh my. I don't know whether to feel good for you or bad.
Definitely good. Definitely.
Somewhere in
We're
between.
doing good things. We're doing good things.
Well, you're right person, because it feels as though many people go their entire life and don't know why they're on earth.
Yeah.
It feels like you found out very early your design and
Which
your
is
reason
cool.
for being.
Yeah. People ask like, what else would you do if you didn't do vet med? And I'm like, I don't know. Like literally
Right.
nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
you're like,
there's
this
nothing
is it
else.
for me.
This
There
is
is
it.
nothing else. Yeah, that's
fantastic.
incredible. You've what's a hard knock portion of your life right now, my friend?
In business.
Yeah.
Just in general, being an artist is super hard. It's incredible how you, and so feeling when you keep hearing how your art is amazing and how it inspires people.
Yeah.
But when you need to pass to that other point where people actually want it in space to purchase it and put it there, then it's just it's always just wall to wall and hard to get anywhere. That's how we met.
Yes.
And that part is like really, frustrating.
I can imagine.
Because like at the end of the day, it's not about what you deliver, and it's how much it's gonna cost. And then I can't deliver a Walmart frame price.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right. And neither do you want to.
No, you don't. So
Yeah.
be able to actually find the level where I'm gonna be finally be recognized as an artist, and not just artist who's like does things, but actually be able to deliver the whole projects. What Lindsey in Dino Dental office is really hard to find.
Yeah.
Like you keep getting
Are you doing
connections,
better in
but
that?
nothing.
Yeah. But it doesn't materialize.
Exactly.
Right?
So that's the point that it gets you like, maybe I need a job in TJ Maxx. And that's the because I get to the point finally when you do get the emails and be like, I'm interested, but then you wrap up everything and then you don't hear back. You get the follow-up email and that doesn't come back either, and then just that kind of definitely that gets you to the point of to discourage you and to be like, at the end of the day, I do have a family and bills as well,
Right.
like I had
Yeah.
20 years ago, and so it just kind of makes you feel like, are you going the right direction, or this is just still your hobby, and you're just imagining that you can actually change the world and make change. So
One of the things that's really sad that in the creative space, people will project that if you're in that space, you're doing a hobby. Instead of seeing the professionalism,
Exactly.
the work that goes into becoming someone as good as you are.
Right.
I mean,
you've
so
had
week it takes me 100 hours of work, and I didn't get a penny for it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And and then you get somebody in who's like, and it's like, I'm sorry, but that's gonna cost a few hundreds to print that size.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh well, I need a budget for that. So I need that. I finally waiting for those doors to open for the people who are being like, budget, what's that? Like, just put whatever I want you to put
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
whatever price
Just
it
listen to
is.
me, woman. Yeah. Do it.
That's what I want, and
Yes.
that's gonna cost you, and that's fine. So it's really hard to to get there. It's been many years of
Yes.
work behind, and I'm just finally waiting
What
to that
keeps you
break
going?
to. I guess being stubborn, even though even though
She is from Croatia.
I'm not a redhead, but being stubborn.
Your heart, you are.
But you should have been.
You are a fireball, naturally.
Yeah.
But you played one on a show once.
Was she an actress, or did you?
No, I
Oh, okay. I never know what he says if it's true or
I need
not.
one of those gigs just to get in balance with my bills. It's just, I don't know, just like when you find yourself you're the only one to believe in yourself,
Yeah.
or your partner, and but it's your true nature. You just, like I said, you're not afraid to maneuver yourself wherever it needs to maneuver, and readdress and relearn and be like, okay, now we know, let's try this time around this way.
Yes,
And
and that's entrepreneurship.
yeah.
in a row, we call it pivoting.
Yes.
You pivot from one thing to another. One of the great things about entrepreneurship is that as long as you're not being fiscally irresponsible, you can throw stuff against the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the creative side
Yeah.
of entrepreneurship. And so, well, that didn't work. All right, let me try this.
Yeah,
That didn't work. Oh,
exactly.
okay, let me try this, and et cetera. But you're in a difficult space, and I will say to our constituency in this region, we have yet to really honor the space that you're in, and it frustrates the
The art
out of
community.
me. Yeah, I
That's how
mean,
it, that's how
Yeah.
it started, but it's
Yes.
it's our hard.
yeah, and then we'll never reach the place that we want to be as a community until we rise to that level
Yeah.
and see and have the appreciation, the honor about the arts community and the creative community that it deserves.
Yeah, and mostly
Yeah.
everybody wants my art on the walls, but they want me to print it, and I'm like, I have, I need to, like I said, I need to pay my bills too. I can't just print
Yeah.
stuff like thousands of pieces constantly and put it
Yeah.
all around the town to be
Yeah.
recognized, but.
Yes.
It's not. It's the same thing. Like somebody buys a dress or
Yeah,
a suit or
absolutely.
shoes.
Yeah.
I provide a product, and it's frustrating that it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go pay those pants, but I don't want to pay for that art that's gonna be on a wall in my office.
Yep.
And it is. But I'm not giving up. I will reach to the.
So, Leah, on that, how do you go from, like, you could easily get into the victim mentality on that, right? How do you go from that to flourishing and really hitting it in a very positive way each day?
Because that's her.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like I don't.
How do you do that?
I don't put myself in a victim situation. If I need to do it myself, I will do it. I learned that this needs to be done, and I will get it done. And if those 10 things need to be done this week, what's a priority today? And you finalize that priority, and then you go with the rest of it. And yes, sometimes you make it that you're done in 5 days, and you can catch another list
Yes.
to go in. And sometimes you got to push it around and be like, I need a little break from all of this. This is, you know, like Lindsey said, sometimes it takes a lot out of you. It doesn't, like creative takes a lot, like amazing and lifts you up, but then keep trying takes a lot out of you. And you need to just step aside and be like, okay. And yeah, sometimes a nap and take off and a walk gets you a different perspective, or be like, okay, let me just research these few things. And then, you know, you kind of see why those things, your mind said, like, put it aside, because you get a different approach. And so yeah, just being stubborn, keep going and adjusting.
You also, though, you do a very good job in the health space. You know, you're very athletic, and you do things, and does that really help to center you?
It does, yes. And yeah, I was just saying the other day, it's, for me, workout is not just to keep you in shape. It's everybody's gonna be like, oh, you look in shape and you look younger than you are. It's like literally when I feel down, or when you feel like uninspired, or you feel like just like too many walls to crush. It's like you just take a lot, like toll on you. It's to be able to just go for a fast walk. Yep. And you just like, you feel back inspired.
It invigorates you, right?
Yeah.
Gets your juices flowing.
And just be like, okay, I got these. I can go home and knock those things that it was like really hard to get to, because you're just feeling like you're putting many hours in something that's not going anywhere. But then he's like, you know what? I'll make you there.
Exercise is so good for that. I mean, yesterday I was almost immobile. I didn't want to do anything, and then I forced myself to set the alarm for 5:30, and I hit the treadmill by 5:40. Like, I was like, I'm doing this. I know I need to do this, because I just wanted to pull the covers over my head and be sad about my cat. So, but I did not. I hit the treadmill, and here I am on the show, Frank. But but exercise, it gets you there. It gets the endorphins, and it gets, everything going.
Yes. Yeah, you guys are so incredible. You really are. I'm
So
glad I get a chance to know you. Right? Yeah,
Well,
really.
and you emceed her event back in the day. You were the MC
did,
that
yes,
day.
I did.
And I was like, woo, look at that sexy redhead. Who is she? That was the first time I met you.
Really?
Yeah. You were rocking that MC gig.
She was like in her space.
Oh, she was. You were.
Doing her thing and stuff. The Hope Collective, right?
Yes.
Is it still, an opportunity for you to position Leah Hope, Bonzer. Where did the Bonzer come from? Was it always there?
No, I married my last name.
Oh, okay.
And my
She
kids
kept it for the
carry
kids.
Oh, you kept it for the kids?
Well,
Okay.
also I started my whole goal and dream about my work, way before that. So it just like Googles and my websites and awards, everything with that.
Was
so I
on
just
there,
kind
yeah.
of had because like trying to change all that
Just
now.
made
it's
sense.
just, and I start all over again. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we need some Hope Collective opportunities in our city.
Yeah, we do.
And you need to reach out and give Leah an opportunity to show this work, and because you're a star in your space.
You really are.
You
You
a
set the
star.
level way up.
Yeah, and it needs to be seen. You need to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, read my lips, pay for it.
And how ugly would all of the spaces be if we didn't have beautiful art in
Right?
those
Yeah.
spaces?
Yes. Exactly.
Exactly. And if you want an example, run down to North Springs Veterinary Referral Center and get an eye, or Dino Dental, get an eye on some of the work she's doing. Better yet, go to her site, which she'll be telling you about in a minute, and look at some of the incredible work that she's done there as well. You guys are like trailblazers.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, somebody's got to be. Might as well be you. Right?
Yes. Okay, so in closing, it went really fast. It's already 12:45. But our listeners are all about listening to all the hope that you guys have and encouragement. And we would love to give you a moment to do just that. We'll start with you. If you can look at the camera and encourage the world, and then tell them how to reach you.
Okay. I guess that my word of encouragement would be that no matter how far away something seems and how hard it seems that it would be to get there, that it is never worth staying in a situation that seems comfortable or safe, that uncomfortable is better than comfort. And that it's harder and that it's going to take work and it's going to take a lot out of you, but it is always better to be uncomfortable and to try to improve your situation, no matter what it is, and improve for everyone. You know, it's part of giving back to, you know, the world, and it's part of giving back to yourself. And so that would be my word.
Awesome. How can they reach you?
At the hospital, the website is northspringsvrc.com. The phone number is 719-920-4430, and I am there all the time.
Yes, you are. She says that with a tad of a consternation. But you are committed to this. And
Yes, you
guys doing okay?
Yeah, doing great.
You're doing great, right? Yeah.
Happy to be helping the pets.
Yeah, 100 employees. Oh my word. Wow. We'll talk to you about that later. But
We need a job.
I might. We'll go fly together, girlfriend. Right? I don't know what they'll use me for, but front desk dude.
I'll walk the dogs.
You'd be so great at it.
And pet the cats.
Yes.
Pet the cat.
So, Miss Leah, can you do the same? Can you encourage the world and then share a little bit how to reach you?
Encourage the world.
The
I guess
world.
from what I learned through my obstacles and everything is that obstacles are there not to discourage you. They are there to show you that there is something better waiting for you, or something that you have still to learn, to grow, not just professionally but personally as well, and to take every obstacle as a positive outlook, not go and cry under the bed or sheets.
Yes.
Even though sometimes you do need to do that. How to reach me? Well, anybody who puts my name in Google is going to be able to see everything I have done so far. So that's the easiest way to reach me on, because I have so many things going on. I have Portrait and Event, I have art, I have jewelry line, you know, I have a couple books out there. So it's a wide range of everything. But yeah, just stay encouraged.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Before we wrap, we need to spotlight our sponsors once more. These shows just don't happen, so we have to have sponsors. Westco Insurance, Karen Butcher, she loves helping people save and get the best service ever. Contact her through our website at beencouraged.net. And
Kurata Consulting, unlock your potential, transform your presence, coaching and digital marketing solutions for lasting impact. So contact them at kawataconsulting.com.
And our friend Brandon Kirk at Planet Duck and his team offer astronomical air duct cleaning with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado. They're stronger than the vacuum of space.
That's always his pitch, networking. That's why. We've heard him say it for years.
We just love it, right? That's so awesome.
His work really is good, though. He's
does.
helped me with my house as well.
Mine as well.
Yeah.
So reach out to Brandon at Planet Duck and get that crud out of your ducts and stop breathing that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So you can be a little more well than you are now. Now, what else do we need to say?
Well, more and more people are seeing the benefits of sponsoring with us, which is very exciting. We are up to 24 sponsors within only 13 months. So visit us at beencouraged.net to become a sponsor and get your name out there to our growing audience. Our platinum sponsor has seen an aggressive 900% growth in their business in just 7 months. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
900% growth in just 7 months.
Yeah.
Amazing. So please like and follow us. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, also Instagram on our internationals to join us on our journey to extend hope and encouragement and help people realize their potential through networking, collaboration, and community involvement. And remember, if you want to join us internationally, go to our website and select international via Instagram to join us live from anywhere in the world.
We're talking anywhere in the world. We're so glad that we get an opportunity, Lisa, to come into your space on Monday. Hopefully we've done what we are commissioned to do, and that's to infuse hope and encouragement into your day and hopefully onward into your life. Because we are rebelling against current culture. We refuse to participate in the meanness, the division, the hatred, all of the things that's going on in the world, and we're going to make a difference because we were put on earth to make a difference in that space.
Yes, we were.
Yeah,
We are.
We are, indeed. The great Lisa Sennett, and I'm Frank Sinclair, the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa, every week coming to you from Cole Harbor. Come down here and get a space if you need one. They're our space sponsor as well. We'll see you next Monday on the Be Encouraged Show. Thank you, Lindsay.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Leah. You guys rock.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great day.